Good. Cheers, dog. Let's do
Cheers
this.
to the good life.
Yes, sir. Yo, what's good? What's good, my people? Welcome back. Friends of the program, season 2. It's your boy Ness. Today I got the pleasure of having a little talk with my boy. Known him since the 90s, early 90s. My boy Sergio from Rootz. Thank you, dog, for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. How you feeling?
Good, man.
Man, this your first time doing anything like this?
It is.
It's kind of crazy, huh?
It is, but I think it's more mental, you know.
It
like
is.
Just talking with a homie, you know.
This is number 12 for me, and little by little, it's starting to feel normal for me.
I'm proud of you, and I've seen the growth.
Yeah, bro.
in
Like
the
you saw the
YouTubes.
first one, bro. Like I had to have Mike like stop the thing like a couple times because I was running out of breath. Like I was trying to say everything too quick, like not breathing right. But yeah, man, I'm starting to really, really fucking like this, bro.
I can tell you're getting comfortable with it.
Yeah, man. So let's get to it, man. Yo, I've known you since the 90s. I want to say it
Too
was
long.
you're born and raised out here, right?
Yeah, I was
In the
born and
AV,
raised.
Desert Rat.
I was born at Edwards Air Force Base.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
okay,
so,
no
yeah.
doubt. I think it was Omega Design Group.
It was
it Omega?
original, yeah.
It was crazy because I was at the JC and we're having an event, and that was my first taste of having merch. We ended up getting merch from you guys. That's how I met you guys. I met you and Ruben because we went to you guys for the printing.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That shit was dope. I wish I still had that one
That
shirt. You know what I mean? Like
man,
that
that's crazy.
first shirt. Talk to me, man. How did you get into printing? Because do you still print or no? Or,
I still
you more
print,
like
yeah.
behind the scenes?
Yeah, I like to print.
Yeah. How did you get into that?
Well, it started in high school. I did graphic arts for a little bit. I mean,
Okay.
nothing major, but then I started running with the wrong people. Just partying. So I kind of I didn't drop out of school, but I wanted independent study,
Okay.
and I got a job. So because I was on independent study, I could have more hours.
Right.
So I did that for a while, and just whatever happened.
What kind of job was it? Was it a printing job?
No, it was actually working. It was like Chuck E. Cheese kind of, but it was called Dimples. It was like
Worked at Dimples?
Yeah, it was like miniature golf. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Was that in Palmdale?
No, it was Lancaster.
Lancaster, right?
Right there
Lancaster.
by the gym right there.
Yeah. I
24 Fitness.
remember. Oh shit.
So I worked there for a while, and then my Ruben,
Mhm.
he was still in high school doing his thing. And then he came out, graduated, he got a job running production at one of the silkscreen shops out here.
But you already knew him?
Yeah.
Oh, you already
yeah.
you guys were homies already.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
was my boy. We grew up together. He's basically like a brother to me. Yeah. My grandpa was his godfather.
Oh, okay.
So we got
You
deep
guys-
ties. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was still in school, doing his thing, and then he got out, got a job as they're hiring for a silkscreener. You want to come? And I was like, yeah, I'll come give it a try. So that was back in '95, and started falling in love with it.
Did someone who taught you? Was it Ruben that taught you how to screen print, or was it someone
not really.
else? You guys had someone
I
else?
picked a little bit in school,
Oh, all right.
but I really didn't run any production. And then when we worked at Block Alternatives.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that's where I learned how to run production. We were there for 3-4 years, and then he got together with another partner, and they started Omega Designs. And I was still working at Block, and they were like, "Hey, you want to come work for us?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." I wouldn't work anywhere else.
Yeah.
So we started working there, and then that kind of grew, and then they kind of fell apart, and then Ruben rebranded it as Rootz, and that was probably around like '99. So from '98 to '99, it was Omega Design, and then it turned into Rootz in '98. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. So yeah, man, you guys been here for a minute, man. You guys are one of the staples in the AV.
Yeah, definitely.
When it comes to screen printing. How was it like when you first got a taste of everything, right? Like just being at the shop, learning how to print, learning, the graphics, ordering t-shirts, like all of that. Did you fall in love with that?
I did. Yeah, I did. It was, I always wanted to work with my hands growing up. My grandpa was a mechanic. I was raised by my grandparents. he was a mechanic. He always worked with his hands. You know, I want to do something similar. And so, you know, I could create with my hands, and I liked it, you know, and it turned into a passion and a love, and that turned into something I could do a living, you know, for the rest of my life, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm really blessed, and I appreciate, you know, everything that I've been through. And
yeah, man, it's
where I come
crazy
from.
too, because I don't know if I would even be doing this, or, you know, even would have started a brand if it wasn't for Ruben.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I remember
definitely.
like how I met him through, you know, through getting some merch done. And then I was like, this is kind of dope. And then I remember after work going over there like every day, just, you know, just hanging out,
That's how I met
seeing
you,
what
man.
he
It's
was,
like,
yeah, like seeing what you were doing, seeing, you know, when he was in the office designing. And then it was like dope to me, like just creating merch,
yeah.
you know, like something custom. So I don't know if I'd be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, you know, at Omega. When it was time for Ruben to sell the business, because I know he was moving.
Yeah, he went
right?
to Arizona. Yeah.
Went to Arizona. Like when he came to you, right, to see how was that process? How did you feel about it? Like, you know, because you went from, you know, from working to actually, you know, taking that leap of faith and saying, you know what, this is good. Like everything that's good is going to be mine. Anything that's bad is going to be mine too, right?
It was hard in the beginning because I really didn't want to be
An owner.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I like just working. You know, I like, you know, not dealing with a customer. You know, none of that stuff.
Behind the scenes.
So he gave me the opportunity, and I was like, you know what, let's make it work. You know, like I couldn't really see myself working for nobody else or doing anything else. So
isn't that the best fucking feeling, bro? Like, not having to work for somebody else.
It is
like having your own rules. Like you're still a professional. You know, you're still like, if you say you're gonna be there from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m, that's what you're gonna do.
Definitely.
But you can always leave, and you have kids now, so if you need to go pick up your kids from school, like
school events,
anything,
you know,
right? You don't have to ask
baseball,
for permission,
softball,
none of that.
You know, going on little road trips for games, you know, like.
So how was it, man, when you finally said, yeah, let's go for it, let's do it, you know, let me take over, and he's gone, right? Like the first day, you coming into Iron Roots,
definitely.
And it's like, fuck, now what? Like, how was that?
It was like going into the frying pan, you know, like I really didn't know everything that it was entailed, you know, in running a business. So, I mean, it
was just you?
It was just me. Yeah, it was just me. And we had a good crew when he left. So I had a good designer. I remember Vince.
Oh, yeah.
Vince. And then his cousin Tony was still there working with me. We were doing signs and vehicle lettering and all that. So we did a lot more besides seal screening. So it was good. So I took over in 2005. And then, you know, I did my thing. When business was going good, you know, and then we had the economy kind of went bad, and I think it was maybe like 08, yeah. So I mean, we still, you know,
stuck it out,
got through that, and then around 2011, I met my wife, which really like changed my business, because she was basically everything.
She hustles, bro.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's like, what I needed. And
sometimes, no, not sometimes. Like when you have a business and you have someone come in like that, you meet your partner, and they're in the trenches with you and grinding and doing doing the things that you don't necessarily want to do, because this is like you want to be over here.
Yeah, that's what I like doing.
Man, it's perfect, man.
Yeah, it worked out great, and you know, like it's a blessing, and I truly believe, everybody says this, and it's cliche, but everything happens for a reason, you know, and you gotta embrace that. You gotta embrace that, you know. It's like the good, the bad, the blessings, you know, like whatever happens in life, you have to embrace.
How'd you guys meet?
It was funny. We were at one location for a long time off 10th Street West in Lancaster, and then we moved to a location off Sierra Highway, and her parents had a transmission shop right next to there.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we met.
All right.
You know,
so go over there trying to.
Over here. She go and check the mailbox, and I go like pretending I had to check the mailbox.
Oh, okay, I see you. I see you play.
Yeah.
Man, that's dope. And hey, you know what, man? Things do happen for a reason, bro.
Definitely, I'm a true believer.
So now you've been in business over 20 years, right?
Yeah, 26 years. Yeah, with
Iron Roots, total over 26 years.
Correct.
Man, that's quite a long time. And
Yeah, it's a blessing.
you printed a lot of t-shirts.
Yeah, too many. Too many.
You guys probably have a lot of, the big accounts out here in the AV.
Good accounts and good relationships.
Right.
We try to build.
I know you
relationships.
guys were doing. You guys are printing stuff for AV Alta, right?
Yeah,
the new soccer team out here, which is dope. Man.
Yeah, they're keeping us busy. Yeah,
man, that's dope. Man.
Yeah.
And I know you've expanded. I know you went from having one screen printing machine, having multiple,
yes,
to now doing direct to garment,
DTG,
right?
Yes.
DTG. How do you? Let me ask you this, because you're old school.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Well, illustrating always number one. That always would be number one in my heart. But DTG is a great option. I hated it before.
Right.
I hated the machines. I didn't like anything about it. And then as things things progressed in the technology or however they
got better.
It got better and better. And I seen a lot of things, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get into it, because I didn't want to be behind the times. I wanted to stay with the times and offer something that we didn't want to turn away stuff.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's make it work. And I like it a lot. I mean, it's a good tool to add to your tool belt. It's just like you can do this, you can do that. And then with DTF now, that's something.
That's another thing, right?
I'm like, and I always prefer DTG over DTF, but what I've come to realize, it's not what I want. It's what the customer wants. Or half the time they don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's not about me.
What's crazy, bro? I'm gonna tell you this. What you just said right now, it's a crazy story. I still remember this like it happened yesterday. I was talking to Ruben about a piece of art, and I was like, bro, why don't you just hook them up with like something new? Because that logo looked whack. I was like, man, that shit looks whack, right? And he was like, look, let me tell you something. I've tried it, and a lot of times, like, you can't, imagine someone telling me that my logo's whack, right?
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna feel a certain way. So then he's like, you know what? Sometimes you just have to provide the service for them, because it'll piss you off, or you're gonna spend an X amount of time doing something, and then they're gonna go back to their old logo because that's what they love.
That's what they want.
That's what they want, and that's how it is. At the end of the day, it's like it's what the customer wants, not what you think looks nice or doesn't look nice. So that's always like, even now, like when people hit me up and they're like, this is my logo, I'm like, that's cool. Like, I don't want to change it. I don't want to do, even though in my mind I'm like, man, I want to change it for you, but I'm like, if that's your logo, that's your logo.
Yeah, it took me a long time to realize that.
Yeah, man.
It's like, so I mean, it's just, you can't fight the future. You can't fight change. AI designs, it's all gonna be there, and it's just gonna go faster and faster.
Right.
So we can keep up or get left behind. So it's just, you gotta pick and choose, like where you want to go, what direction you want to go in.
Right. And even like, with going into like DTF, I personally, I don't like the feel.
Nah.
But a lot of people don't care. Like you said, they just, but it looks dope.
Yeah.
When it's on a garment, it looks like, from far, it looks dope.
It does.
I just don't like having that. It feels like plastic on my chest.
It does. It's not. It doesn't breathe at all. It's
right. Really, how many DTG machines do you have?
Right now we have 2.
2. All right, nice. And then you guys run them, or you have people running them for you?
No, I run the DTG stuff, and then I have a printer that does.
Man, I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you guys walk into this dude's shop, it looks like a lab. Like, you walk in there, he's wearing gloves. Like, it is clean. And I'm talking about screen printing. So that he's got inks, he's got solvents, he's got all kinds of stuff. But it's so clean in there. Like, you can't even.
It's a discipline.
And it's like, you can't even. It looks like he hasn't worked in like months, because it's so damn clean. But it takes discipline.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Every single day.
It's like some days I don't want to do it, but I just feel like if I don't, it's gonna be worse the next day.
Right. Do you guys print for besides like AV Alta? Do you guys print for like Little League, like for base? Like,
we do. The Little Leagues are big. We do a lot of stuff for churches. We do a lot of stuff for Northrop, Lockheed.
Nice.
So they keep us busy. But we're pretty much open to anything, and having that capability to do 1 or 2 pieces.
Right.
That's always good too. But you know how it
And
is.
that's where and when DTG machine comes in handy.
Yeah.
When people come in saying, man, yeah, I want to order 100, I want to order 200, I want to order 500 pieces, but I like to see what it's going to look like first before I place this big order. And then now you have the ability to.
You don't have to burn screens,
you don't have to do none of that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people think, they just don't think how involved screen printing is.
Yeah, they don't see
like the art, the separations, the printing of the film, the burning
emulsioning,
of the emotion, like all of that. Like it is a process, man. And a lot of people, they just say, oh yeah, I have a logo. Can you put it on a shirt? I want to see the sample. And if I like it, I want to order 500.
And then you get that customer that gets the order and I'm missing or I need to add a medium. Then the screens are gone and at least you can, and you're like, hey, it's going to be a different process, but we can get that piece.
It's going to be the same graphics.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to feel a little different,
exactly.
But I could get it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. I see you're rocking a lot of Dodgers. I know you've been a big, huge Dodgers fan. How many games have you been to this season?
This season, we went to, I believe, 18 games.
So far, 18 games.
So far, yeah.
Are you a season ticket holder?
Yes, we are.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's our second year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice, man. So that's how many games, like when you're a season ticket holder for like how many games do you play in a season? Like
161.
Right? Oh, 161?
Yeah. And it's about 80. It varies from 80 to 81 games depending on the season. Yeah.
And it's a mission, man. Like
it is
having to go like to be at every game.
It is,
especially living out here. Like,
and the kids, the kids are like, when they're younger, they were like, oh, they went because they had, hey, we're going, so they're going. But now they're getting to the age where they really like it, and they appreciate the game. They're playing baseball, softball, so it's a good, making memories out there.
Isn't it dope too, man? Like going to your kids' games. Like especially, is that your first, like your love for sports? Is it baseball?
You know what? Originally it was basketball. I used to love basketball.
Did you ever play?
Kobe's. I did, and not in school. I mean, not in school or nothing, but just at home or at the playground. Nothing organized. But when I met my lady, she was a big Dodger fan.
All right.
So that was like one of our first dates. We went to a Dodger game, and then we started going.
What kind of seats did you guys have?
We were out in left field.
Yeah.
Yeah, left field.
Yeah, I got to tell you a story, dog. Because when I first met my wife, I was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to a Clippers and Lakers, right?" And it was a Laker game, so the Laker tickets are like way more expensive than Clipper tickets, right? So then she was like, "All right, cool, I'm for it." And I really didn't even pay attention. I just got the tickets, right? But I knew they were in the 300 section at Staples, right? Bro, tell me why when we got there, we're looking and we keep walking up. We're like at the very end, bro. The back is the fucking wall. And we're like this, and my girl's like, it's like our first date, bro. And she's like this, like, the fuck, man? Like, she's like, this fool brought me to a Laker game. But we sitting way.
You gotta bring the binoculars out there.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, oh man, this is whack, bro. But you know how it goes, man. Like little by little, man, you start moving on down. Yeah. And and then eventually you got season tickets.
Yeah, you got to experience the worst, and then you appreciate that.
So then that's it. Like I knew she was real, bro. Like she was like, yeah, this is kind of whack, but I'm gonna stick it out. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So So like, how many games did you say? 18?
18 games this season, yeah.
Damn. So it never gets old either, huh?
Nah, I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my lady loves it. The kids, my daughter, she's sometimes, let me take my iPad. I said, okay, you can take your iPad. But
are they good like with the players' names and
everything? They are. Yeah. My son's, he's always watching MLB TV. Like my son's obsessed with baseball, which is good, that's like,
I love that. Mm-hmm. Who would you say is your all-time favorite?
My all-time favorite has got to be Fernando Valenzuela. He did so much.
There's a lot of people, man. A lot of people that I ask, like Dodger fans, a lot of them say Fernando.
He did so much for Latinos and just for the sport in general. I mean, I remember that growing up. Fernando Mania and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I wasn't a real big Dodger fan at the time. I was growing up there. The Oakland A's were big. Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire, Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey was
the
dope.
Mariners. So I wasn't a diehard Dodger fan growing up, but I got converted, I guess you can say.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and why was it that every time he pitched, he would look up when he was pitching, you know?
Nah, you know what? I really
Because I know he would
that was his, yeah,
but he would always look up.
yeah.
Like if he was, I've always wanted to ask that question.
That is, yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm gonna wait till this, to ask this dude,
put me on the spot, yeah.
right? Because one time I did a Fernando design, and I'm a Dodger fan, but I'm not a diehard
yeah,
that, right? So I designed it, and his eyes were just regular, look, and then a couple people hit me up, and they were like, bro, you gotta make him look
look up to the sky, yeah.
Look at all his pictures, he's always looking up, and I was like, oh shit, man, this guy right here, man, on Instagram, he hasn't done it lately, but he's real big when it comes to barbecuing. I always see him, whatever he's making a roast, and that shit just looks bomb. And he makes some bomb ass jerky. And I told him a few weeks ago, I was like, you better bring some jerky today, man, because we gotta plug you in.
I let you down, I'm sorry.
But man, how did you get into making jerky? What is the process? How do you even make it?
It's not that hard. It's not that hard if you think about it. You have to marinate it. You have to have good meat. And you gotta slice it pretty thin. And then I started making it in a smoker, so it would dry it out. But you can do it in a dehydrator. You could do it in the oven. But it just gives a different taste in the smoker. And I don't know. I used to get bored, and I just started making stuff. And I started making the jerky, different flavors.
Right.
Experimenting, and that was a fun part too. You experiment, sometimes some batches weren't hitting like the other batches.
Right.
And then giving them to you. You were like, oh,
I was like the tester.
Yeah,
hey, bro, I got a few different flavors. You want to test them out? I'm like, yeah, man, bring them.
I got you hooked on that, yeah.
But yeah, I've never had any jerky like this, and I don't know if it's the process, the marinade, whatever it is. And I was like, bro, you gotta put this out there somehow. You got to figure out a way to package it and sell it, man. Maybe on the next one,
definitely.
I'll have a bag in here so I can show you guys. Let me ask you, going back to screen printing and owning a business, because obviously now you've been in the game over 25 years, and over 20 years with Iron Rootz. So that it's
up and down, yeah.
Up and down.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest win overall, now that you see it 20 years in, you're like, damn, I fucking did this. It's what has been one of your biggest wins with Iron Rootz?
It just feels good to do stuff for the community and schools and little leagues and see your stuff out there. You see a whole little league with your stuff, it feels good to be a part of that, People recognize the name. We do sponsorships, we put ourselves out there. But really, turning something that I wanted to do and loved at one point into my career, providing for my family, meeting people like you, there's so many aspects of our world, and it all intertwines, what I'm saying?
Right.
With people that people I know, and if you think about it, it's just apparel, but it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You don't think about it on a day-to-day basis, but people make millions of dollars, people have great ideas, and it's all based on the process of apparel,
Right. And like t-shirts.
Yeah,
for the most part, you know what I mean? It's like t-shirts. A lot of people that watch our show, they're up and coming, and a lot of them are in the apparel industry. A lot of them print t-shirts, a lot of them do merch. What is one piece of advice, or a secret that you can give them for them to be able to stay in the game for a long time, as long as you've been in the game?
Yeah. One thing I learned, and it was hard for me to do, because I like to please people. I like to be a people pleaser, is to say no. Sometimes you take a job on and you really shouldn't, you want to please somebody, and it's just, when I learned to say no, things got easier. Like I told you, we used to do signs and vehicles.
You don't do that no more?
No.
No, you got to
just focused on, and things got a lot better because we could streamline our system. we knew exactly what we could do. We could control every element of it. With the vehicles, all the time we were outdoors, so we were dealing with the weather,
Right.
hot, cold, windy. So at least with seal screening, we're indoors. We control everything.
Right.
So that was one decision that was good. So I mean, I would say, yeah. I mean, learn to say no, and not that you really have to limit yourself, but just try
Stick
not to
to
please
your bread and butter.
Yeah, stay true to your roots.
Right, because that was a good one. So you know where I work. I've been there for a minute.
Yeah.
And the owner there, he's like a father figure to me, right? And he's put me up on game, like a bunch of game. Like this dude, like when I see him, I'm like, man, like I would vote for him for president. Like he is that type of dude, right? And that's what he told me one time. When other companies, like his competition, right, they were going and buying different machinery, to try new things because that's the future or whatnot. He stuck to his bread and butter.
Yeah.
He invested all his money into his bread and butter. He didn't invest money into this over here or
other
that
things. Yeah.
And then what happens, and this is what he told me, this is what happens. You lose focus on your bread and butter, and because you're over here one day. Next day you're over here trying to do this.
Exactly.
And then too, man, my mom, bro, and my mom told me this, bro, out of all people. She said, this is crazy, bro. And I think I've told you before. She said, you can't suck two titties at the same time, can you?
That's true.
And it's true. Like, you got your bread and butter right here. Yeah. Boom, it's so good. Why are you trying to mess with it? Like trying to do something else.
Yeah, exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. A lot of times.
Exactly. So when it comes to like screen printing, that's your shit. You've been doing that for so long. That's your expertise. Obviously with the DTG, like you knew it was something that was coming, so you had to do it. But it's still something to do with printing and printing apparel.
Yes.
So yeah, man, it's always good, to take advice from people like Sergio. He's been in the game for a long time, and also like you wanted to be in the back.
Exactly.
You were kind of forced into being an owner because he was moving.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. But that's got to be a good feeling, ain't it? Like,
it is to wake up every day and like, truly, I truly love what I do. And I got my kids there, my wife's there, and there's bad days, everybody's gonna, it's
right.
Life's a cycle, you go through depression, but you gotta stay strong and keep doing
weather
what you
the
do.
storm.
Yeah.
No matter what, like you said, back in 08, 09, during the recession.
Yeah. We lost a lot of customers. We lost a lot of big accounts,
and that's the thing too. I feel like, it's not something, a lot of times it's not something that you necessarily need. Sometimes companies just, they buy t-shirts just to kind of like just offer it to their.
Yeah. It's not a necessity.
It's
sometimes.
not a necessity. Right. So then when recessions like that hit and all that goes out the window.
Yes. Yeah.
Man. Look, so I know you watch some of the shows, right? This is a segment where I get to flip the mic to you. You get to ask me a question.
Are you ready for this?
We'll see, man. So yeah, man, we like to call it Ayo Ness. I know you know Blinky. She's the one. Shout out to Blinky, man. She's the one.
Yeah, she put it down on the lyrics right there.
Yeah, man. She's trying to trademark, the whole thing right now. But yeah, man, this is your opportunity, bro. Shoot me a question, and then I'll answer it.
All right, it's two questions.
All right.
So the first one.
That's one thing I'm noticing too. Like now, like my guests are like, man, what? Like I have a couple, bro. Like let me shoot you a couple questions. So go ahead, man.
First one is when and if you think the Clippers will ever get a championship.
You want me to answer that now, and then you got the second one? All right, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm almost 50 years old, right? In the last 5, 6, 7 years, in my brain, I was like, man, we got a good opportunity.
Yeah,
we got good teams.
They've been there,
right? We got good teams. We got a good opportunity to do it. And then for something happens, one thing or another, like something happens, and we get taken out, And again, I know I've said it before in a previous podcast. I'm a Clipper fan, but I'm not that Clipper fan anymore.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and
I'm not like that anymore.
It's
like
exciting. They got a new stadium.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to the first game, but that's it. Like I
Yeah.
don't even want to, you know, I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to go over there. I want to go to the first game and that's it. I'd rather watch the games from the comfort of my own.
Yeah,
room,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel you on that.
But to answer your question, I think I'm gonna die first, dog, before they win a championship.
Nah.
I don't see it, man.
It'll
I think
happen.
you know how like in baseball, I think it was the Cubs. They kept saying they were cursed.
Yeah.
Did they ever win?
They did win.
They did?
They did win.
Okay, so maybe we have a chance. Because I think we're the most cursed team in the NBA. We have to be. You know, so I don't know, man. I'm almost 50, dog.
You'll see it.
And
You'll see it.
I just maybe this new arena, it'll spark something.
Yeah.
You know, I know we just lost PG. That was my boy right there, but you know, it is what it is. We got Kawhi, and
he got a good deal.
Yeah, no, I would have took it too, bro. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's all business too. You know,
exactly.
They don't want to give it. They don't want to give him what he wants, and someone else is willing
He's
to
got
do
to
it.
take care of himself. Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
You can only be loyal for so long. This is the way I see it. Like, teams are not loyal to you.
No,
something happens.
It's a business.
They fucking cut you. You know, like they're not. They don't care. They're not going to find someone else.
Any sleep. Nah,
you know.
Definitely.
So you got to look at it from yourself, me, my family. What's best for me and my family. And if he wanted a 4-year instead of a 3-year, well, that's what he wanted. You can't be mad at that.
Nah,
you know?
Not at all.
It just sucks because, man, it was like hometown hero. You know, he's from Palmdale. You know, playing in LA, it was just it made sense. But man, you know, much luck to him in Philly. I like the team. I love the team, man. But it's just and Kawhi too, bro. Like he plays good throughout the season, and then towards the end he gets hurt, and there go our chances.
Yeah, no,
you know?
I feel
That's our leader, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think we will, bro. But I'm gonna leave a little bit of hope that maybe this new arena is gonna create something. Because that's definitely. I did have a dream once, bro, that during the bubble, I had a dream that we won a championship.
That'd be crazy.
And I was pissed because we weren't going to have a
parade,
parade because of COVID.
Sucks, man.
Yeah. And I was like, and then here we are in the playoffs, and then we fucked up. But whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just don't see it. But hopefully, man, we'll.
And the second question is: you always talking about retiring. When you're going to retire, big dog?
So, I wanted to retire at 50. I did. And that's like 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, right? That's not going to happen. So I'm going to give myself another 5 years. Like I still feel good.
Bad,
yeah, I still feel good. You know what I really want to do with my brand? I want to be able to package it. Like I'm not out there. My brand, like Retro Kings, can be so big, right? You seen how big Freshness got.
Yeah.
When, you know, I just, you know, I really want to be behind the scenes now. I don't want to be out there doing the shows, like promote.
Like,
I don't want to do nothing.
It's a hard hustle.
I need someone young to come in, you know, everything's laid out. Like I've got over 1,000 designs.
Yeah, for days.
You know what I mean? I got designs for days, bro. So my goal is to really package the brand and eventually sell it. Like sell it to someone in the industry that's gonna know what to do with it and multiply it like 10 times.
Like turnkey, just ready, ready to
right.
go.
It's already there. I built it. It's already there. It's just gotta, you know, someone that's gonna give me what I want. And then in return, they're gonna 10 times what they paid for it. Yeah. Because it's there. And you see how it is. Like, not to, you know, like I'm not that type of dude, but I put a lot of effort into my designs.
Yeah, you can definitely
into my work, right? So it's noticeable. That's why we've been able to deal with like Chic, you know, Karma Loop, DTLR, like all these, you know, PacSun at some, you know, like we've been able to deal with these guys because of that. But yeah, I'm gonna give myself another 5 years, and then too, like with my wife, you know, like I want her to really blow this thing up.
Yeah, it's just the beginning for you guys.
And it's only the beginning for her. So you know, it's still like a roller coaster ride for her. So in my head, I told myself I'm gonna give myself another 5 years, but really focus, you know, and yeah, man, I want to retire. I want to buy my Porsche, and I want to play golf,
Yeah,
man.
it's time for
That's
that
it,
Porsche,
bro.
yeah, homie.
And I want to design. Like I want to design to the day that I fucking die, bro. Like I like how you said, you know, coming into like Iron Rootz, like you loved it. That's me when it comes to design, you know. Before I think I'm good, right? I answered both of them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man. So before we bounce, bro, I like for you to let the people know how they can get a hold of you, what kind of services you offer. Give them all the good stuff, man, because I know a lot of people are going to be watching. There's a lot of people that need merch, and I know you can screen print, you can do direct to garment, you could do DTF, you could do all of that. And I think you said you were getting into embroidery too, right?
Yes, yes.
So let them know, man, and then we'll be up out of here, man.
You can find us at Iron Rootz on Gmail, just Iron Rootz, just one word. And then we have a backup, Iron Rootz Printing. You can contact us there, DM us there, and make sure you like and subscribe to this guy right here. We got to get the views up for him, and
yeah, man.
in a couple of years, I want to see a YouTube plaque out here. You know?
Oh yeah, no doubt. In like a year or so, we're gonna make it happen. But yeah, it is very important. I know you guys. You guys continue to hit me up, comments, whatever it is, and I love that. It's only gonna make the platform better. But I, my goal is to bring in guests like Sergio, who's been in the game for a minute. He's doing it, and he can, provide a little bit of game. Even if you guys just take a little bit from what he said, and use it for yourself, then I think it's a win for everybody. But we're going to continue to do that. Season 2 is packed with people that you guys are going to want to listen to and watch. But man, bro, I appreciate you coming in, doing your first one.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, dog. And we'll see you guys on the next one, man. Woo. Nice.
Okay.